Alright boys, welcome to the frying pan. Today, we're talking RFL Combine. Let me introduce you to my first guest, RFL champion, Austin Steiger. Austin, introduce our next guest, please.
We had an RFL newcomer, possible Rookie of the Year, Tommy Wiley.
Freeman, come on, take a seat.
I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm here to the league.
Who we got next?
Nice to have you. Tanner, come take a seat. Fellow newcomer of the RFL.
Blue jeans type of guy, blue collar type of guy.
Just bought 208.
Real nitty gritty.
Alright, let's get started. We got an RFL recap of last season. RFL champion, Austin Steiger, we got him right. My team, unfortunately, second place. You know, we took a tough loss. We got Big Dog in the building. Had to get his opinions, you know. Possible repeat opportunity, but, you know. That's a quick little recap of RFL last year.
I got a hot take.
Starting us off hot. Bring us into the frying pan, Austin. Let me hear you.
We had the best quarterback in the league. You can't stop that guy. And you had, my hot take, one of the worst. Maybe he put up the stats, but he's not it. So I think AJ was above and beyond the guy. So
I agree. From the one game I watched, I mean, can't argue with numbers.
I mean, that's MVP, in my opinion. I mean, Grant won it, but
Goes without saying, you know, AJ might be that guy.
I have to add, we're about to start a new RFL season here. Once again, newcomer, two RFL vets.
champion.
First team
one
All-Pro.
vet,
I would say I'm
champion.
champion. So
All-Pro champion, all right, whatever.
I mean, you brought it to the table, Charlie. I mean,
Charlie Fielder.
Charlie Fielder.
Yep.
He's got a lot to prove this year. I mean, arguably, one of the biggest reasons for his success, my pal here, Vince, not on his team anymore. We branched out. So, he's got a lot to prove. Tensions were hot today at the Combine, which we'll get to. But he's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot to prove this year.
I wouldn't forget about Mark either.
Yeah, I'd like to add Mark
Mark's-
Clark, one of the best, you know, one of the best to ever do it. Big time deep ball threat, red zone threat, jump ball guy.
Yeah.
Just a fucking touchdown monster.
Yeah, he's
Let's keep it
disgusting.
real.
But, once again, frying pan here. He's got a lot to prove. And I'm just saying, you double team Mark, it all depends on his draft. Charlie's got to draft well. That's my hot take. It's a high heat. It's a high heat take. I'm just saying. He is second place, so I can't talk too much. He's got a
How
lot
does
to
he
prove this
do
year.
without Vince?
That's the take.
And where are the Fielers drafting at?
Where are the Feelers drafted? They're drafting
Last pick of the draft, man.
Last pick
They
of
got
the
a lot
draft.
to. Steelers got a lot to prove. Great season last year, second in the RFL. You know,
So I mean, we can build off of that and say they're the last pick. Who are they looking to take?
Yeah.
You got a couple Combine standouts.
Yeah.
So
That's perfect
What
segue.
what'd you guys see today? Obviously, I wasn't there, so what did you guys see at the Combine that is off?
I mean, number one Combine standout. Surprised everybody. Big
Dan.
Dan.
Big
Dan.
Dan.
the man.
Dan the man.
I mean,
Let's give it up for
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Dan. That guy impressed. I mean, I didn't know the guy coming into it. He's got hands. He's got speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's tied in number one in my book. I don't know how else to say it.
What, 5'3", 5"?
Something, dude.
Yeah.
Dan put the league on notice. He's climbed up a lot of draft lists.
I'd like to add, Dan's been the manager of UC Claremont's basketball and baseball team. Dude's been around sports his whole life.
That's Dan?
So that's Dan.
Jackson.
Yes.
Jackson's got connections
That's
with Dan.
Dan.
That's Dan.
That's Dan.
I didn't put that together.
So,
Dan.
I mean,
That's awesome.
for me, I've seen him be around sports his whole life, but coming in the RFL, like,
It's a different game.
it's a different
It's a
game.
different game.
Very cerebral guy, though.
Very.
He knows the game. He knows fucking basketball. He knows baseball in and out.
He does.
Very cerebral prospect, we will say.
He does. We held the RFL Combine today, right? A group of hard knocks just on the field, proving what they got, right? I'm looking at Dan the Man, a.k.a. Daniel Hennessy's Combine stats right now. He's coming in at 5'10", 330. His 40 time for 3:35.10 at a 5'5". I mean, that's fast. That's fast for
we're
that.
we're talking top 5 40 time.
As far
As a tight end.
As far as tight ends go, I mean, he's unproven, but do you rank him at 1 already?
Easily.
I mean, he's also got the lot to prove.
Are we looking at like the next George Kittle of the RFL? Like, where do we put him there? Because I mean, George Kittle, he's fast for a tight end. Do we put it? What do you think?
I'd probably lean Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, yeah.
Huge prospect.
Bowers.
Yeah.
Fucking combine hero. He's got a lot to prove, but
might I add,
he's shown a lot.
he might have some Taysom Hill in him. This
Bruce-
guy was
Bruce
running.
Ability?
He took some
Where's-
reps.
What do you
Took
see?
some reps.
How so?
This guy was running a little bit of quarterback today,
It was.
and he was throwing some dots. He was throwing some dots.
Touchdown to Vince, near touchdown to me. Not quick enough.
Couple deep balls. Let me add, tight spiral.
Tight spot.
Tight spiral.
can
on the
sling
deep
it.
ball.
There's no debating that.
And once again, that 40 time for his weight, I mean, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful 40 time. I mean,
dude's Mike Tolbert, basically.
he might be Mike Tolbert.
All right.
Mike Tolbert.
Tanner, let me hear it. Combine standout. Give me a guy. We already covered Big Dan.
We covered Dan. I'm gonna have to go with the quickest 40. He's got hands. Noah.
Noah Smith. Newcomer to the league.
I'm gonna have to go with Noah.
But
That's,
did you or did you not write him off right away?
I did. So as soon as I got there, right, Tommy and I are throwing. I look at Noah. I throw him a pass. Hit him in the chest. Dropped it. Vince looked at me. I looked at him. We said, write him off.
Took him off the board. Took him off the board instantly.
So you're saying if he falls to 3, you're not taking him?
He falls to 3. I think Vince and I have to take him.
Because at that point, Tommy's gone and Dan's
gone. Dan's gone.
I mean, the top 3 players are set in stone. It's Tommy, Noah Smith, Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the top 3, without a doubt.
GM Andrew Henriquez is kind of a wild card. We don't know where he's going to go.
What's that guy?
I'm thinking he's going Noah Smith at 1.
Hey, inside sources, Noah Smith is almost a lock at 1.
I think
So
Connor's got number 1 potential. We really don't know.
I mean, Noah Smith he's fast. He's 6'1", 6'1 and a half, 150 pounds. Fastest 40 time, 4.91.
Tested very well.
Tested well.
And he was on the opposite field, so we didn't get to watch.
We didn't
We didn't
see
get to see the scrimmage, but
As far as ability, I mean, like the Devonta Smith-like,
He's wide receiver.
it's kind of a string bean.
it's there for sure. I will have to add though, when you first saw him, your first take of the guy,
First reaction was a drop.
kind of reflected in the combine a little bit, just a little bit.
How does Gauntlet Drill go?
His gauntlet was, let's see, 3 for 5.7 seconds.
Okay.
Which, once again, I mean, got myself on the back here, I guess. Me and him 1-2, Dan possibly 1-2-3. He's up there in the count, but just to give you a frame of reference, mine, Tommy, 5 for 5, 5.91 seconds. So
Yeah, I mean you got him beat by a second and a half.
and 2 balls. So the hands are in question. You know, I'm not the perfect candidate.
Anyway,
I've got
I got to step in here. Sorry.
Take a step.
Black and mild. He smoked you in the 40.
He smoked me in the 40. I also have
Let's keep it a buck here.
From a quarterback's perspective, that's what you want. You want off the line.
We're
Off
speed.
the line speed. If I can get you a go ball.
Personally, as a GM, I wasn't buying in the gauntlet too much. I'm worried about the eye test, 40 time. You know, we'll take that into consideration, but I want to see what you got in the actual game.
I would say the gauntlet's more about, are you catching with your hands or your body? What's the first reaction?
True.
Is it going with your hands or are you trying to catch
I saw a lot of body out there. As someone who was throwing,
a lot of body.
a lot of body.
That's someone you don't want.
That's all. That could also be on me and AJ and the other guys that were throwing.
We could also bring in some questionable throws in the gauntlet, and you know,
Charlie threw one right off the bat to Connor, maybe that almost hit the ground.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yeah.
that goes against Connor.
okay. Talking about Charlie, talking about a little bit of RFL beef. Let's bring it up.
I don't have beef with Charlie.
Tanner's a
I
chill
don't know,
guy.
I don't know Charlie.
You don't have any beef.
He's a newcomer, so.
Tommy, top 3 prospect. He might have potential beef with
What's
number
crazy
one
is-
pick, Andrew Henriquez.
He's
Talk
a-
about Tommy.
This
Is
is
there
a
a
question.
question or a little bit
He's
easier?
got a lot of decisions to make. He's got some decisions to make. Does he go with Noah, who could possibly be the number 1 overall?
A friend of his.
A friend, collusion, possibly, but a friend. Or does he go with the number 1 tight end overall? Or does he go with a guy with possibly better hands? Similar speed. I mean, he's got a lot. He's got a lot to think about. I'm saying. But me and him did get in a slight little beef in our little group chat that we have, our RFL group chat. Guy can't take the heat. This is the frying
Bring
pan.
up the. Yeah, I
This
mean,
is the
bring up the
frying
frying
pan.
pan.
Listen, this is set to high heat.
Someone else
Oh,
said frying
He
pan.
can't take.
High heat.
He can't take the heat. I mean,
So
I
is
don't
that
know.
going to negatively impact his performance against you?
you know, it
You
could,
and
be, it
him
could be both
one-on-one.
ways. It's a mental fortitude.
You chirp a
game
little
at
bit.
that
Are
point.
you going to get discouraged if he chirps a little bit?
Exactly. You know, I mean, if he throws a couple good passes, if I pick him off, if we do. I mean, it's there's a lot to look forward to.
What
in
if he
this
guards
RFL
you?
Season 2. If
What do
he
you
guards
see?
me,
What do you see?
I don't see a lot of good for him.
Oh,
I'll tell you
no.
that much. I don't see a lot of good. But once again, you know,
Wow.
everybody's proven wrong. Personal take, frying pan, high heat. Don't love his odds. Me guarding him.
All right, I'm gonna come out.
Defense is hard. I will say before you say anything.
Defense is
but
hard.
Personally, I think Tommy's gonna fall to our team. Week 1, we face the Straw Hats. We could see a Tommy Andrew on an island week 1. I want to see that. I think that's the RFL beef talk. We're
as
talking.
far as beef goes, that's definitely top of the list.
Unfortunately, though, we're not going to get a one-on-one matchup. As him as quarterback,
He's a quarterback.
we'd love to see. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I guarded Andrew last year. Decent receiver. I'd say he's a better receiver than he's a quarterback.
Okay.
Hot take.
That's fair.
Hot take.
There's a hot
That's
take.
on Patty.
Frank.
He's a better receiver than he is a quarterback.
Okay, that's fair.
But that team doesn't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback, which leads again into they have to have a strong draft. That could be part of their draft strategy. Does this Noah guy got an
Straw
arm?
hats, who's won?
Who's one?
I'm thinking Noah
Are
Smith
they-
at 1. Combine standout.
Are they the first pick? Straw
They're
hats?
the
They're
first
the
pick.
first pick.
Dan. Could they take Dan?
Dan. They could.
Dan
take
has
Dan.
versatility at
They,
QB.
they could shake it up. Take Big Dan. He's
You're
he's
saying
a combine.
you're saying
superstar.
Andrew's
Taysom
better
Hill.
wide receiver.
I'd say so.
Dan's a solid quarterback,
He's a solid quarterback.
But he's also the best tight end.
and that's the best of both worlds, right?
I
You
think
mix it up.
I think what we're looking at, without debate, Noah Smith, Big Dan Hennessy, Tommy Wiley. That's the top 3 picks.
I agree.
It could be shaken up, you know. They could fall to someone else, but I think that's the top 3 guys in the draft.
Without a doubt.
Moving on, another RFL beef. I didn't get to see Charlie's game. I didn't get to see AJ play. I didn't get to see Noah Smith play. But I asked Charlie, you know, how'd the game go? He goes, that Noah Smith guy, I almost beat his ass.
Oh,
He did say he almost got in a fight.
he did.
Said he
said
almost
that.
got in a fight. Said he went up for a deep ball. Noah kind of took him out, you know.
I believe I heard cheap shot in there a little
She
bit.
looked a bit of a cheap shot.
I
Charlie,
heard from the legs.
From the
Charlie,
legs.
from the
RFL
legs.
vet. He told me he's not letting that shit fly.
He's not. That's what he said.
So we could have a potential. Charlie's out. I don't think Charlie's taking Noah Smith, so they're going to be on different teams. Potential matchup, we got Charlie and Noah. Could be kind of a revival, new beef. New guy coming in the league, Charlie's talking that shit.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
I'd say the league needs it.
League needs it. It's great. It's
We
great for the
want,
league.
we want the beef.
Gotta have something to talk about.
Indeed.
I mean, the newcomers are starting hot. They are.
They're coming in hot.
And we got a lot.
We do have a lot.
We got
of
some.
newcomers.
We got some bright talent coming in.
We do.
We replaced some. I mean, if I say some shitty guys,
Some lackluster guys.
some
for sure.
shit turds.
For sure.
Either you two, RFL beefs, seen anything?
I don't have any yet.
Okay, Tanner's still new to the league. He hasn't.
There's no.
I like everybody there. It was a fun day. Combine was fun.
Personally, after a championship, I mean, you want a two-peat.
For sure.
Oh, you gotta
Absolutely.
go for it.
AJ and I want a two-peat, and I mean, our biggest matchup was the Feelers, but I mean,
They
that's not
disbanded.
going to be a matchup.
They disbanded.
It's going to be Vince and Tanner. It's going to be the Knights. That's going to be our rivalry. Hopefully we get him. I mean, we get him twice this year, or 3 times,
Couple times.
a couple times this year. So I mean, that's gonna be the Balls X rivalry. 100%.
All right. I'm gonna have to bring it to the table. Preston, you got a lot to say.
He has a lot to say.
In the chat, he's
He's got
active.
a lot to say.
He's
Yeah,
active
In
in
the
the
RFL group chat.
He's
he's
talking
got
big.
a lot to say.
You know,
Lot to type.
a lot to type.
He has not said nothing yet. He
Arguably,
wasn't there today.
arguably, Combine Twitter fingers all-star. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the third. That might be the third beef.
Yeah.
That might be the third and final beef of the RFL
Right now,
coming
he's just
into
keyboard
the season.
warrior.
He's
We're
a
going to need to
keyboard
see some
warrior,
out
yeah.
there on the field.
Yeah.
I mean,
he wants to go number 1.
I mean, what was his stats last year? What's he have backing up this? Like, where's this shit talk coming from?
like 4 catches for 200
That's
yards.
what I'm
I
saying,
think.
dude. It's out of nowhere.
It's
I mean, we'll leave it at this. What I put up in 1 week is what he's putting up in a season.
I mean,
Hot take.
stats don't lie.
What are
Stats don't lie.
What are the stats?
Don't make me pull him up. It'll get ugly.
He doesn't
real
want to
quick.
pull him up. It's,
Well, what's the one game that you had that outperforms this season?
I mean, not the boast, not the brag, but I mean,
Okay.
I put up 171 and 4 touchdowns week 2.
Okay.
I mean, I can pull it up, but I think Preston had like 5 touchdowns,
230, I think.
2,
250.
3, 400 yards on the season. I mean,
Okay.
he missed some games, but I mean, fuck, I'm doing it in 1 game.
True.
I mean, I don't know. It's RFL Junior talking to a fucking first team All Pro.
Yeah. And he's also. Can you really talk that much if you're not a dependable guy? You can't. If you're not at the games, you can't really talk.
Our commish, AJ Gillespie, God love him. He said your best ability is availability.
Oh,
Gotta make the games, man.
gotta make the games.
Yeah,
We're talking about guy right here, potential first team All Pro. Missed a couple games, you know. We're looking at a first team nod this season, but you know, just to move it on. You guys saw the combine. Austin wasn't there. RFL, give me an RFL draft day comp from what you saw.
One player.
One player, give me a comp.
Going. Oh, man, I gotta go. Maybe I'll go Noah since he's, projected number 1, first overall pick.
Okay.
He's got some shit talk in him, as we heard with Charlie.
No doubt.
So maybe a little bit of Jamar Chase in him. He's got the speed.
Okay.
He's got the speed.
That's a
Oh,
big
Bold statement.
That's hot, son.
Hey, Ray, bring up the frying pan. That's a hot take.
Hear me out. Preseason first year Jamar Chase. What was the questionable ability of that guy?
Can he catch?
Can he catch?
Damn.
I agree.
Can he
Yeah.
catch hands? He's
Oh,
got the
it's a
speed.
good one.
He's got the height.
Yeah.
Does he have the hands?
What was
That could be
What was
Jamar.
Jamar's first catch that everybody first target that everybody saw? Dropped.
Dropped it. He dropped it.
Preseason.
But then, first game of the year, a game we were at, we witnessed firsthand, which we
Yeah.
could witness Noah Smith make
Minnesota
this.
Vikings.
He
Yeah.
could make this his standout moment against the Vikings. Once again, I don't know who he plays first, but Jamar Chase,
That's a good comp.
like
Big
a
50-yard touchdown.
50-yard
Yeah.
touchdown down the
That's a
sideline,
good comp.
which is his. I mean, that's going to be his strong suit. Is
I got one.
is the long.
Okay, let's hear it. RFL comp.
I'm gonna go with fellow frying pan member Tommy Wiley.
Oh.
Okay, let's hear it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Tyler Boyd.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
No,
I don't
listen.
love to hear that.
I'm
I
gonna
don't love to hear
that's a
that.
Tyler
tough
Boyd.
comp.
Listen,
I don't love to hear that.
you make him run down the field. He didn't get many targets.
Okay.
When he did get a target, he didn't catch it.
That guy's running a lot of slants. That guy's
That's
running
gonna
a
be
lot
my
of
next
slants.
point. Tommy ran a lot of slants today.
Listen,
Lot
That's
across the middle.
all right, we have this as our advantage here
And no,
because we were both
let
in
me
the
finish.
same.
Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
When he did go across the middle, he got the ball.
He's reliable.
Reliable.
I would say Tyler Boyd's very reliable.
You're taking it the wrong way. You're thinking it's negative.
I'm talking just pure numbers. Within the newcomers draft, right? Second fastest guy there. The vets, we don't have their numbers. This is a very fast guy. This is a very fast guy. This guy's a QB, but also a very fast guy. But as far as newcomers go, I mean, me and Noah are splitting hairs at like 0.2 seconds, 0.3 seconds maybe. Tyler Boyd seems like once again, your value to your opinion. I have to give myself more credit. Tyler Boyd's not the worst comp, but I would love to see something more. That's a 3-man. I mean, that's.
I just think, well, 3-man
wide receiver
Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, but at the RFL, Tyler Boyd. I mean, to be compared to him, you're reliable across the middle.
That's fair. I would say yes, but when we're comparing Noah Smith to Jamar Chase, and then Tommy to
Okay,
I would love to see a T.
coming.
Higgins comp. I could see a T. Higgins comp. You know, the two guy with a 50-50 ball opportunity, who's also kind of fast, pretty, lengthy.
We didn't have many of the T. Higgins plays though.
We didn't, but that's.
he's on
scrimmage.
Hey,
unproven for sure.
We'll try to keep it unbiased. Tommy's getting a little, stirred up.
Yeah. I mean,
he's getting a little stirred up.
stirring a little bit. That's my opinion.
I mean,
you're allowed to think.
Once I see you make a T. Higgins play,
that's fair.
I feel like
That's very fair.
He didn't have any.
He didn't have any today.
He didn't have any today.
That's fair.
Granted, it's a scrimmage. He's not playing on the team he's going to be playing on. But once I see comparisons change.
I mean, I'm dishing it out, saying these guys got a lot to prove. I'm also a newcomer. I got a lot to prove also. So I got to take it as I give it here. I got a lot to prove.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move on.
Maybe
I got a
Yep.
comp. I'm gonna go NFL or RFL vet, Jacob Clanky.
Okay.
I'm gonna go CJ Gardner Johnson.
Interesting.
It's a bold take.
Interesting.
I think he's got some to prove, but that dude can run his mouth.
He
I'm not
talks.
gonna lie.
Okay.
Let's talk.
He's gonna get dude fired up on the other team. Not on our team. Whoever's team.
Yeah.
He's gonna get dudes fired up. He's gonna get in their heads a little bit because that dude is a fucking airhead.
He can talk.
So
Put one up and go Eli Apple.
you could go.
I mean, Eli Apple's got a lot to prove.
I think Clanky could be a little bit better than Eli Apple though.
I can see that. Top DB, arguably, but wide receiver upside a little bit limited. I mean, he was on a team with Grant and Steig, so he's kind of fucking jammed behind two top guys. He's got a lot to prove.
I mean, I would say last year he had reliable hands. He was never the deep ball, but if me and Grant were running deep balls, he was always under, running a drag or running a slant and catching the ball. I mean, he doesn't drop it. So.
Maybe a little group discussion about a comp. Who's Holman remind you guys of?
Hang on.
On defense.
Hang on. Ethan Holman.
On defense.
This guy.
Let's open up a whole segment.
Hang on.
Someone who keeps to himself.
I want to lay off the Holman topic. I think we'll bring it back.
Okay. We'll bring it back.
Because I think we got a lot to say. We all got something to say about Holman.
Yeah.
I don't really want to bring him up in the comps.
We can talk about defensive matchups later because I have another defensive matchup.
All right.
I want to bring up Holman.
Let's move on.
He'll get his time to shine. So I'll go my comp. Kind of a Pro Bowl standout, but questionable production in the regular season. I got like a Brandon Marshall / Tyler Eifert type comp. Big guys in the Pro Bowl, regular season, maybe a little bit questionable. I got Luke.
I like it.
I know none of you guys were at the Pro Bowl, but dude was a top dog in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Regular season, questionable QB play. He missed a couple games. In the Pro Bowl, he was looking like a potential wide receiver 1, fringe wide receiver 2. Him and AJ kind of had a special connection. He was putting up numbers. I mean, he soared up my draft board. I had him top 3 to top 5. Today, he had a wide open touchdown. He dropped it. That's the big question about Luke. Can he make those catches? Because he's got the drive. I've seen it. He wants it. But can he have that Pro Bowl performance like he did? I've seen him do it. It could be a QB issue. It could be whatever. He had a couple of drops today. I think he's a big question mark. He's got a lot of potential. Questionable drops, I think he could rise, he could fall. But that's my final, RFL comp. We could bring up Big Dan. We've already talked about Big Dan. He's got tight end potential. He's got QB potential. He's slinging it. Holman, I want to bring up a little bit later.
What I'll say about Luke, maybe him and AJ do have a great connection.
Okay.
Like you saw at the Pro Bowl, but I will say a little insider at the New Year's Eve party.
New Year's Eve party, okay.
He was talking shit about MVP AJ Gillespie.
Okay.
AJ.
Calling an asshole.
Woo!
Too
That's
big.
a hot take.
Too big for his britches.
Ooh.
Type shit.
Who?
Luke.
Luke to AJ.
Luke about AJ, not to his face. But
About him.
I overheard it. So.
Hey, you know what, Luke? Call your fucking shot. Talk that shit.
Yeah.
We all respect it.
I mean, he could be a sleeper 3rd round pick for the Balzacs.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the chemistry's there.
I like him as a potential late round sleeper. All right.
What we got?
Next segment. We got Stove Untouched. Guys missing the combine. I'm gonna start off. Austin Steigers, assistant GM, RFL champion. His ass wasn't at the combine.
Wasn't there.
I'll tell you that much. Was not.
Let's
there.
start.
Where was he?
Let's start with where it was.
Let's hear it, guys. Where was he?
Where was
I don't want to tell you for real, but I will. I was at a cheer competition.
Oh, hell no! Come on! Come on!
Oh boy.
Listen, my GM, AJ Gillespie, was there. I wasn't real worried about it. And to be honest, if you want me to perform at the combine, I wouldn't. You already know who the best in the league is. It's me.
I didn't perform at the combine.
You already know who the best in the league is. It's me. I
I
don't need to perform at the combine, to be honest.
Come on.
I might need you to pick up that frying pan. It might be
That
a
was
take.
a hot take.
That might be a hot take. I might need you to pick up
take.
that frying pan.
It is a hot take.
That's a hot. There's a lot of guys in the league that are up there. I'm not saying you're wrong. Once again, I didn't play last year. I don't know, but there's a lot of good guys in the league. So
I agree, but if I was a rookie, I wouldn't perform the combine. I've already proven myself.
Here's the thing. Steig's a keeper. He didn't have a lot of stock to move up and down. Let's talk about guys that weren't there. Okay. We got Zach. He wasn't there.
Zachy.
I can take the Zach portion.
That's a big one, honestly.
Andrew wasn't there. He's the captain, so he's not being drafted. I'll let you take the Andrew segment. You've seen him play a little bit. Who else are we missing? I know Clanky wasn't there. Do you want to take that? He was on your team. Tanner hasn't seen a lot of the guys, so
Was there an LP in the group? I wasn't there.
Logan.
nobody's seen him. I haven't seen him. Nobody.
We can us three. We can kind of take the Logan.
Yeah.
We can kind of guess on that one.
Former military.
But you go ahead.
All right, I'll start off. Zach, kind of sleeper. I think he's a big dog. Big dog in the league last year. Maybe overlooked. I think the dude's got speed.
What's he running on the 40?
I think
Where's he
I think
ranked? Top 5 for sure.
top 5-ish. I would say. I would say
5'1"?
around a 5 flat, 5'1". He's got
That's quick.
great speed. He's a lunch pail guy.
Yeah.
Fucking first guy in, last guy out. I think he's a grinder. I saw him there every week. He played some extra games. I think Zach would be a great addition to any team. I know he was a keeper on Austin's team before he got out of the league.
He was. Yeah.
But, I think Zach's a great guy.
You think he was worthy of a keeper?
Austin's team was pretty bad. I think so. I think
Pretty
Zach.
shitty.
I think Zach could be a great wide receiver 2 on any team. You got the salt, you got the pepper. I think Zach's a great compliment to any wide receiver 1, and I think he plays good defense. So, Tommy, I'll let you take it off. Andrew wasn't at the draft. You may have seen him play once or twice. Let me know your scouting report on Andrew's performance. I know you guys got a little beef.
We got a little bit going. I firsthand witnessed a couple games last year. Don't think he won them. Not saying that's particularly his fault, but QB is a huge aspect in this league. It's a short league, We only got, 5 guys on the field.
Yeah.
QB is an important position in this league.
I would say the most important.
Probably the most important. Good QB play is probably one of the most important. Yeah, coming in as a QB, rookie QB. But, Andrew, you got to be at the draft. I mean, he's GM, right? That's captain of his team. You got to be there. You got to be there for your guys. You got
He's
to.
not.
Yeah,
Will he be there?
Here's his keeper.
Will he be at the draft?
Will he be? I don't know. I couldn't tell
No
you.
combine.
No
Which hurts.
combine. He's not there at the combine, so he doesn't get to see the guys firsthand. All he's got is a piece of paper saying their numbers.
Did he have a teammate at the combine?
Alex was there. Alex, I believe, was taking over GM duties.
That guy. I mean, Alex is reliable. First of all,
Could be reliable.
let's talk about Alex for a second. Dude tore his hamstring week 3, week 2,
Yeah,
week 3.
yeah.
That dude was at every single week.
Another speedster.
Very
Also,
dependable
another
guy.
speedster.
a lot to prove this year.
A lot to
Great
prove.
for
A lot
the
to prove.
A lot to prove.
Rookie injury. I mean, you hate to see it out of maybe one of the top receivers in the league.
That's tough.
But go ahead with Andrew.
That just goes back to Andrew. I mean, would his season have been different with Alex? Maybe.
Very true.
But he's another guy similar. I throw him in the same boat as Charlie, kind of. A lot to prove. QB play was not the greatest last year. A lot to prove. Highly dependent on the draft. Maybe this Noah kid, coming in at number 1, that could spice up the team, could give him a lot. But it's ultimately up to him. Those guys are going to get open. They're going to get defense is hard in a 5-man league.
For sure.
I mean, if they
It's
go
all to
Andrew
QB.
and they have Alex, I mean, that's 2 solid speedster
2
receivers.
speedsters. You got to have a safety. You got to have a dependable safety.
If they take Noah.
If they take Noah.
If they take Noah.
But again,
It's up in the question.
Sources say that's like 99% true. That's going to happen.
Okay. Next, I'll let you take it. Clanky. Wasn't at the combine. You're his teammate.
I think Clanky's kind of an underdog.
Okay.
I will say. That might be a hot take for some of us just because maybe we don't like him because he's kind of an airhead. But I think he's dependable. He has solid hands. He's a solid defender. Dude's in the gym 365 days a week.
It's true. Never misses that.
He's said that. So, I mean, he's kind of a grinder, but I think his head could get, mentally, he could kind of get in his own way. So,
I mean, we're talking about a dude that drives a $50,000 out.
yeah.
A lot of flash.
What color is
Black.
that?
Black out.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice color.
So, I mean, we could compare him to, what's that Bengals receiver this year? Jermaine Burton. We could compare him to Jermaine Burton.
Off the rails?
Off the rails a little bit.
Questionable time in the casino, maybe.
Questionable time in the casino.
So, that's what I got for him.
Dependable guy. Great defender.
Yeah. I think he is a good defender. I really do.
A little bit to prove.
He held his own. I think he played corner and safety, a little bit of hybrid action, and kind of an underneath receiver. I don't think he has breakaway speed at all. He's not going to run deep routes. So, I don't know. Whatever team needs that kind of guy, for sure.
Okay. Next, we're going to take it to corner shot. First team RFL nods. Early in the season, we don't know where anybody's going, but corner shot. So we got a quarterback, tight end, 3 wide receivers.
Okay.
Call your shot. First team RFL. Face off, Tommy.
Quarterback. Gotta go to AJ.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Rookie to the league.
A lot to prove.
I mean, I was going to say AJ.
A lot to
Yeah,
prove.
I mean, this guy says AJ. He's got a lot to prove. I've seen him sling it. He can sling it well. But, once again, he's got a lot of rust to shake off. Never been in the league. In game, who knows? AJ's the number 1 there. I mean, everybody's
RFL
picking
vet.
AJ. RFL vet. Already got the MVP.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. He's
Last Friday was the first time I picked up the football, and I've never played football in my life.
Okay. Well, fuck it. We'll just call it unanimous.
AJ.
AJ, first team RFL.
Quarterback.
Maybe simple as that. Okay, tight end. Give me your tight end pick. Probably gonna fucking be unanimous. Listen, let's keep
This
it.
also is going to be unanimous. I gotta go Dan.
Big Dan.
I gotta go Dan.
He's got my vote.
Listen, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit earlier. Dave, I mean, he's special also. That's the number 1 tight end last year. Coming into this year, technically still the number 1 tight end. Dan still got to prove it in game.
Did
but
Dan play last year?
He did not.
He's a newcomer.
He's a newcomer.
Rookie. RFL rookie.
But Dan looked good today. He did. He really looked
He
good.
looked really
and
good.
I got to give him the number 1 nod.
All right, knock it out. Unanimous.
Then unanimous.
I will say unanimous. I would also vote Dan, but you're saying Dave, dude. Watch out for Nick. I'm telling you.
Nick, interesting.
That guy has a lot to prove.
Okay,
And
so
I'll say it myself. That dude has stone hands. Stone hands.
All right.
But if he can learn how to catch a little bit, he's a great defender.
okay.
All right.
And I might add, that dude was first team lineman in high school. So I mean,
He's got the football.
He's got experience.
He's got it there.
Okay, so we got it locked up. Preseason corner shot. AJ Gillespie, Big Dan Hennessy. Give me 3 wide receivers for your first team. There might be a little bit of movement here. I don't think this will all
this
be
one, I mean,
unanimous.
this is tough. This is tough because they're the vets. They're the guys that have proven themselves. They had great seasons last year. These 2 specifically. One of them first team already. One of them, 1 or 2 more games he didn't miss. Probably there. And then another, the number 1 wide receiver last year, Grant. He's not playing.
Right, he's off the board.
He's off the board this year. So I want to give the nod to you two. I'm gonna name 4. Okay, I'm gonna name 4. I know that's not the question.
No, just 3. Sorry.
Got name 3.
Got it.
I gotta go Vince. I gotta go Austin. Because if he's there every game, that's obvious. Especially with Grant not playing this year.
I watched him play in the
It's
Super
extra
Bowl.
targets.
It's extra targets. He's a keeper. He's got the relationship with AJ, who's his quarterback.
Same thing. So far.
With you two?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Just give me some time.
Number 3, I'm gonna go unbiased, and I'm gonna say, toss up. Maybe me Noah.
Okay.
Toss
So
up.
what's your pick though? That's 4.
Yeah.
I
Only need one.
You gotta
Call your
choose
shot.
one. Yeah, you gotta
It's
call
either
your
now.
shot.
Call your shot.
I think it's dependable on the
Nope.
draft.
You want to say
It's
yourself or you
100%
want to say
dependable
no?
on
Call
the
your
draft.
shot. It's the fucking frying pan, dude.
You want to say yourself or you want to say no?
Call it.
Go with the frying pan?
Call your shot.
I'm going first team this
He
year.
picks himself.
I'm going first team.
Okay.
That's cool.
It's
As a rookie,
it's all dependent on the draft,
You
100%.
guys were both first team as rookies, right?
Exactly.
you were.
I mean, it was the first year.
You were.
It can happen.
I'm saying I think Noah's got a lot to prove. He could be the number 1 guy, which might set me back because I could, most likely, once again, depending on how Andrew drafts, he's probably taking Noah number 1, and depending on
Who they draft, who else they got to throw to.
But I would say, is Noah even the wide receiver 1? I would say no. I think
Alex
Alex is the wide
is
receiver 1.
That's very true.
Oh,
So me and Noah are going into two very
Call
similar
your shot. You're taking up
situations.
too much time.
Okay,
It's time.
2 very similar situations. Noah's going into a possible wide receiver 2 situation. I'm most likely going into a possible wide receiver 2 situation, either to his team or to his team. I'm
But you
taking
think-
me.
but you
I'm
think
taking
they're-
me.
All right, call your
I'm
shot.
taking
Okay.
me. That's my shot.
Tommy's
That's my
calling
shot.
me, Stikes, Tommy. That's his first team RFL wide receivers.
Collusion could be.
I'm going to keep it simple.
Could be biased.
Sorry, rookies. This one's going to the vets. Unbiased. I'm putting myself first team RFL. I already did it once. I'm going to do it again. Let's keep it real.
He's got a new quarterback this year.
RFL, first team, Austin Steigers, put him up there. I haven't heard a lot about him. Mark Clark,
Yeah.
former teammate,
Don't forget about that guy. For sure.
first team, RFL All-Pro.
Yeah,
Me,
Forgot about Mark.
Austin, Mark Clark. I think the rookie's got a lot of potential, but I haven't seen anything from him. I'm keeping it to the vets. Me, Austin, Mark. First team RFL wide receivers. That's my take.
All right.
About Mark.
I've been talking about Alex a lot, and I want to put him first team, but I can't. I think his quarterback holds him back big time this year. You know who else I think has a lot to prove is Mitch.
Yeah.
Can Mitch get his receivers the ball?
I think.
From what I've heard, I don't
I think
so.
Mitch.
I don't
think
think
Mitch
so.
was slinging it today.
Okay.
Okay.
He had some decent balls today. He did. That was my guy.
I mean,
His
We-
keeper's unproven.
we were the
he was
ones.
very improved.
Mitch and I were the ones throwing balls to the sideline, toe tap drill. Mitch was throwing better balls than me
Okay.
the whole time, which I think was not ideal for the toe tap drill if we're trying to showcase ability to catch. I think if you put him in the chest the whole time, it's easy.
All right, so I'll go my top 3 receivers. I gotta go myself, mainly because I think I'm one of the best talents there, and without Grant, I'm gonna get more targets. I gotta go Vince, one of the best talents, and Vince. Honestly, I'm gonna agree with you. I gotta go Mark Clark. I mean,
The dog.
honestly, who is guarding that guy?
Yeah, tall.
I don't know.
Probably the
Is he-
tallest guy in the league.
Is he gonna lead this? Is he gonna lead the RFL in yards? Probably not, because his quarterback. But at the end of the day, if you get in the red zone, just throw it up to that guy. He's catching it.
Yeah, 100.
He's a monster.
He's
Red
head
zone
tapping
monster.
you.
Oh yeah.
Throw it up
He's-
to that guy.
He's a
He's-
red zone
he-
demon.
Hey, hot take. Mark Clark will lead the league in touchdowns.
Okay.
I agree.
I don't even know if that's a hot take.
Yeah, that might be unanimous.
He's leading the league in
All
touchdowns.
right, Tanner. 3 wide receivers.
2 of them are sitting here. You can pick Spence and Austin. I think I've seen Mark play one game, Super Bowl. He played quarterback half the game. I guess everyone got mad at Charlie. I don't know how it went down. But there was a switch of quarterback. Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to go with Tommy.
Whew. Wow.
I think I'm going Vince, Tommy, Austin.
Wow.
Okay.
I love to hear
And
it.
two of those guys could be on your team potentially.
Correct.
Potentially.
And I think in that order, I think it's going Vince, Austin, Tommy.
All pass. All pass.
All right.
We'll say, does the questionable QB play at Charlie hurt Mark's wide receiver numbers?
Again, I think it hurts his yards.
It hurts his yards.
But
And I
don't
think-
think it hurts his
I
touch.
think there's
Yeah,
I think
that's
there's a
fair.
question. Will Mark take over quarterback?
That's a
And
Quarterback duty.
that's it.
he did it in the most important game.
Yeah.
What's to say he can't do it again?
And Charlie's unproven as a wide receiver.
Who's to say Mark doesn't start game one at quarterback?
Yeah.
I think,
He can-
and
it's
that's
gonna
why, I'm not picking Mark as a wide receiver.
That's
Though.
fair.
Yeah.
That's very
All
fair.
right.
That's a great choice.
Moving on. RFL sleepers. We're talking late round picks. Guys that are kind of falling down the draft board. I need you guys to be quiet for a second. Because I'm pounding the fucking table. Ethan fucking Holman. Hear me out. Hear me out. Me and this guy, we went back and forth, a little bit of squabbling action. RFL last year. I fucking Gronk spiked it off his head. That dude has a fucking heart like I've never seen.
He does.
Dude, stop.
Unreal motor.
Indomitable human will. He's the fucking embodiment of hard work, grinder. I think he's one of the top DBs in the league. He fucking leaves his heart on the field every week.
I saw him on the ground 4 times.
He's on the ground more than anybody. He fucking wants it more than anybody. I'm a GM. I'm looking for Holman as a late round sleeper. I want his ass on my team. Potential lockdown DB. He'll get his on offense.
He's a turf monster.
He's a monster. He arguably one of the hardest hitters in the RFL. I felt it firsthand. Tommy told Holman had a couple hard 2-hand touches.
He did.
But I'm pounding the fucking table. Ethan fucking Holman.
Wow.
Call my shot. Late round sleeper.
I mean, I have to agree. I have to agree on Ethan Holman. That guy, he had a pretty poor combine today. Could be
Questionable speed for his size.
questionable speed for his size. Very questionable speed for his size. But once again, not a huge offensive threat. Could be a good slot guy. Could go low, run those slants. But on defense, I mean, you're talking Clanky. I'm talking Ethan Holman. That guy has got no stopping him. If the guy's running down the field, you bet your ass Holman
Holman's
is
on his
him.
ass. Yeah.
He's a heat-seeking missile for the 2-hand touch league.
And I will say, not to cut you off, at the combine, we measured height, we measured weight, we measured 40 time. I don't think we had a fucking EKG there. We didn't measure heart.
We did not measure hard.
Holman's cooking everybody. Bring out the fucking frying pan.
That guy.
We got an EKG. Holman's cooking everybody.
He wants it more.
He just
That's
wants
a
it
big
more.
I
heart.
think he might want it the most. I hope whoever gets it.
Okay,
They can
so we got
provide
Holman. You weren't there. RFL sleeper. Going in blind.
Do I have to say a draft pick?
Doesn't matter. Just a guy you think's going late, but has a lot of potential.
Okay. I'll give you 2 then.
Okay.
I'll say a guy that's not going at all. He's a keeper. That's Seth.
Interesting.
We don't know anything about that guy. It's Mitch's keeper. They have chemistry. Who's to say that Mitch? I mean, you said he's a decent QB. He's
Yeah.
gonna feed that guy. I think that'll.
Who's to say what though?
What do you mean?
Like what you're calling your shot? Who's to say?
I think he'll be a 1,000-yard receiver.
Okay. That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. I think Mitch is gonna feed that guy.
Definitely
A lot of
could.
chemistry, a lot of chemistry.
Definitely could.
And then my second guy is, I mean, I've already said his name once, Jacob Clanky.
Yeah, I agree. Big late round receiver.
I think he's a team guy. I really do. I mean, to be a wide receiver 3 on a championship team, and for him to not be upset for never getting targets,
Great team guy.
that guy's a winner. Period.
Yeah.
There's been one RFL season. He's
got a
winner.
ring.
He's got a
Say what
ring.
you want.
Gotta read.
All right,
I go to Clanky.
Tanner, late round sleeper.
Home.
Dude,
I mean,
three votes for
Coleman.
Coleman. That's
I
pretty
mean,
impressive.
Coleman's
He's not. I don't think he's going 1 or 2. Third round. Hold it.
it's gotta
I like
be
that.
Coleman.
I like
He's right
It's
there.
gotta be Coleman.
I will say, I
Three
gotta
or
bring it to
one.
the table. He's not my sleeper. He was grinding at the private workout with me and you. Brandon. Big fucking Brandon.
Mm.
Yeah.
He might fall to last, second to last pick, but dude, I mean, pound for pound, he's the fucking fastest guy in the league. We're talking about
Absolutely. He's
400
moving.
pounds. Another RFL
Should
champion.
we say one of the 3 heaviest dudes in the NFL?
He would be one of the heaviest guys in the NFL. You can
we
stat
looked
check
up
that.
stats. Orlando Brown Jr. 6'8", 380.
That guy's Vince Wilfork.
But you know what? He's been scrapping. I heard he's in the gym. He's moving around some weight.
He is.
I think he's got a lot of potential. And like I said, pound for pound, fucking fastest guy in the RFL. 400 pounds.
6'6",
Might I add
6'5",
6'3.5.
6'3 and a half.
Let me give you his
I was
combine
saying
results.
40.
Let me hear his measurables.
6'3.5. Weighing in at 405.
That's a big boy.
Best 40 time, 6.4.
That's
a lot of weight to
that's
move.
moving.
Yeah.
That's
And
moving.
he's shrinking by the day. He's in the gym.
Yeah.
He's cutting.
He had a shamrock shake this morning, so that's questionable to his diet. But before the combine's kind of insane.
I
But
asked him if he ate his Wheaties. He said he had a Shamrock Shake. It's the same thing, right?
similar
Yeah.
caloric intake, I'm sure. I mean, 3 for 5
Different
caught
macros,
on the
but
gauntlet
we'll get to
drill.
that later.
His long jump, also kind of impressive when you think about it. 7 feet 6 inches.
Broad jump. I mean,
That's broad jump.
That's
flat-
impressive,
Flat,
I'm not gonna lie.
flat feet. I mean,
And then he was 4 for 5 on the toe tap. So, you know, people have been talking, whoever gets that guy, good luck to him, Mr. Irrelevant. I think he could prove him wrong. I think he could be a sleeper. He's a big guy in the middle of the field.
I like Brandon. I like Brandon as a late round pick. All right, guys. I think that wraps it up for the first pod from the frying pan coming at you hot. We got some RFL Combine takes. You know, first try. I'll let you know. What do you guys think? Do you want to see week 1, week 2? We can keep this shit going.
could go post draft.
Post draft.
Post-draft.
Post draft. Bring you another one. You know,
Right after, I think.
Yeah.
After the draft.
right after. We got some hot takes coming right at you. Straight out the frying pan.
We'll see you.
Oh.
All right, I'm about to piss my pants.
Me too.